Hello everybody and welcome to South Park: The Stick of Truth. I know this is an older game, but as you might have noticed from the title of this episode, this is going to be a series where we're going for a platinum run in this series. Now this is about the second or third attempt I've done at this series because I noticed a few episodes in on my previous recording that I missed one crucial step in making sure you get the platinum trophy. It's very missable right in the beginning. If you're trying to do this you can do this in about 2 to 3 actual playthroughs, but the one missable step is very close to the beginning. So I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to show as much of the cutscenes because, quite frankly, we don't need to see it. It's an older game. It's been a little while since I played this, so I jump in, kind of going around. You want to pick up every single thing you can. Go into every bag, go into every room you can go into, and just do everything. Because if you do it all in the beginning and as you're experiencing it, or as you encounter it, you're going to do great. This is also a key element here for an easy trophy that it's gross, but once you do it, it makes your life a hell of a lot easier. If you haven't guessed already from the base of it, this is a post-commentary type thing. The shower you don't have to do, it washes you of the filth from having to poop in someone's toilet, since you don't really wipe your ass with toilet paper or even so much as flush the toilet. But I'm sorry if you can hear the space heater in the background. My recording setup right now is a little cold, so I just need something to keep me warm back here. So overall, I'd say it's a fun game, even though people don't like it due to the fighting mechanics and all that. I like it because I've grown up on turn-based games, so that's kind of where it all fits in for me. But it's pretty soon in the beginning here. I'm not going to jump ahead to it, obviously, just to let you guys kind of experience. This is a platinum run, even though I mentioned it already. I'm going to show you guys on screen me getting the platinum achievement for this. I almost got it because this is the PS4 version, and I will be doing the same thing for the Fractured Butthole Once we finish this game, I will go on to the Fractured Butthole and do a similar playthrough of it to get a platinum for that as well. And just because this is something new, like you see a lot of people that'll do trophy guides. Okay, now right here, this screen is going to be very important to not at this particular moment, but this screen here that you see. Yes, this is post-commentary. Ooh, I have a mouse, or a little cursor here. Ooh. Doing this screen and making sure you check your friend count comes into play once you get to Koopa Keep. Because that pop-up right there for Butters does not pop up for one character in particular, I believe. And if you don't actually check it, you don't get the friend request. Or you don't actually get him added to the friends list. So like I said, I'm going to skip a bunch of these cutscenes as we go through the game. This one, it opened the door for Cartman. That was it. But overall, I would say, like I said, you want to check every corner, check everything. You kill an enemy, take their loot, because you can't sell anything and you can't throw anything away. You have to keep as much as possible here. So, and right here, this little shit. Of all the characters, this little shit can cause you to need to replay the entire game because of one achievement. That's it. If you want to get the platinum run, you have to replay the game if you don't get his friend request in the beginning of the game. It's extremely annoying. Because you have to go over, talk to him. Okay, you see it pops up here. I didn't remember if it popped up or not. It pops up. You have to actually go to the home page for that little pop-up right there means you are that much closer to getting it. Because if you don't, he unfriends you later. But you have to actually have seen that he accepted his friend request. And I did the stupid thing of doing all of these one at a time. For whatever reason. And then I just went through, got rid of all these exclamation marks because they're a tad on the annoying side. So I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit here. Now, you don't have to do this quest right away. I imagine you're probably supposed to talk to Kenny beforehand. He'll tell you to get the flower. But I always just do it because from where it's positioned, going over and talking to Scott, and I know I jumped a little farther back, but I just went into there for just looking through the tabs again. Yeah, that flower is way too out of position for the gamer in me to want to go, I'm just going to leave that over there. So I run over, grab it, and then once you talk to Kenny, it automatically does the quest. Like, you see it pops up. Because you were totally supposed to know that Kenny wants a flower. And then, boom, there's Kenny. Awesome. Got another friend. So you're already starting the game with 4 friends. But after a few events, you lose the whole thing. Now, this is also a part of the trophy. You don't have to actually type it in like I did, but I decided to go out and go a little bit on the next level of, it's going to call you douchebag anyway.
Douchebag, is that correct? Are you sure you want to keep the name douchebag?
Now that is important.
You will now choose a class.
As you see right there, acceptance. You have to click yes for both of those answers. If you click no, it's going to put you through the same thing anyway, but just accepting your fate of being called douchebag gets you that achievement. And if you couldn't already guess, yes, I'm on PlayStation. So, now, personally, I would recommend playing the mage when you do this. If it's your first playthrough of the game, I would recommend the mage. But if you want to knock out as many achievements as possible, you're going to want to pick the class I did, because the Jew allows you to get an achievement later down the line. Now, the Jew, initially I was against it, but then I went and looked up the achievement, and it was like, you need to be a Jew when you do the other things. God damn you, Carton. But, now, your class in the beginning of the game doesn't totally matter. It's only if you want to do an achievement run that it actually comes into play. Like, for when you meet Jesus, you have to actually, if you are a Jew when you meet Jesus, then you, obviously, it gets you the Are We Cool achievement. So I just want to look up the trophies here, just to make sure that I'm giving you guys the complete 100% truth on all of them. Yeah, the Are We Cool is finding Jesus when you are a Jew, while playing as the Jew class. So, and like I said, you don't want to throw anything out, because you are obviously wanting to get if you want the For the Hoarder achievement, you complete the game without selling anything. So, and I skipped as much of the dialogue as I could, because this is tutorial stuff. So it's more over just all of the... If you want the 100% run, you need to get every single... You're gonna want, obviously, you want all the collectibles. You want everything, all that. So, but all in all, it's... You need to make sure you're watching your ass and doing... Not to be funny, because this game... If you haven't played this game, I'm not gonna say it, but if you've played this game, you know why, because you need to watch your ass and make sure you do every single thing. Now, it also is worthy to note right now that not only do you want to have everybody as your friend in this game, you also need to not let your buddies die. You can't end a battle with your buddy dead. So, if you want, the safest route you can do is to avoid doing a lot of secondary effects, like the bleeding, the shock, the gross out. You want to avoid those, simply because it's going to add a lot of extra damage. And now you can see here, you also, I believe there's an achievement for buying all of the extras. I believe. Don't quote me on it right now, but I just want to... I'm looking at the trophies to make sure. Yeah. Well, own all weapons and costumes is for an achievement. Let me see. I'm just looking... Collected all available costumes. Okay. And there's also 2 for that, where you collect half of them, and then once you get the other half of the costumes, you get all of them. Now, here's an achievement that most people, including myself, missed. Is in one of your... I believe it's one of, like, the first achievements on the list, but it's probably a hidden one, just because it's so bad. Where is it? You flung a turret of your own creation at an enemy. Now, oh, never mind. I thought you had to do it in the beginning of the game, but... Yeah, and there's a few, obviously, that just as you progress, will go further. Or will just continue to make it that much easier. There are a few trophies that are split, so... or where you need to do a multiple save file thing. Now here you see that, yes, I'm doing this just to get the achievement. Which, I'd already done it. Like I said, this is my second or third attempt at doing this, so I had to go back because I missed the Clyde thing. So, that is what it is. And all in all, I'd say the game isn't hard. It's just an issue of you need to make sure you're watching your back, getting everything done. Now, I'm just gonna quickly breeze through all this because it's tutorial stuff. Like, look, you know he's riposting, so you can't shoot it, or you can't hit him. Blocking, can't use range, blah, blah, blah. There's a bow, blah, blah, blah. Look at that. Shields, armor, fascinating. You bash the armor a lot and they die. Cool. Oh no, they stole a stick of truth. And then level 2, cool. And then I go over to loot the body because all the money, all the things, might as well. And then right here, if you are playing as the Jew, I know that people are going to look at this and be like, well, why would you go this route? That's crazy. Looking at what Jiu-Jitsu does, it allows you to get a flawless turn. Which in essence, the more times you stun your opponent, the less likely you are to A, have your buddy get downed in battle, B, have yourself get downed in battle, and C, more than likely, if you stun them, you're getting way more damage off, because they're stunned, I believe it lasts for 2 to 3 turns, roughly, which is very good. Getting all that extra damage in to ensure that you're getting quick knockouts, plus if you're getting the perfect attacks, it stacks up. Although it does hurt the achievement for doing, I believe it's 100 blocks. I believe there's an achievement for... let me take a look. I'm just looking at the whole list right here alongside this, because this is post-recording. But, score 100 perfect attacks, and block 100. So there are points you're going to have to block, because not every fight is going to be easily just stun and win. But there are a good number of them where these smaller fights, you can just as easily show up, beat the living crap out of them, and be good. And it's really important you go around and make sure you get friend requests from everybody. If you see that little pop-up come over somebody's head, you are good to go. Like, that just means you've done everything you need to do. Now, I'm going to have to speed up through this next part so to avoid censoring, because if you know anything about South Park, you know Mrs. Cartman's a little on the adventurous side, so to speak. So, yeah. And see, I'm doing the next step up on this challenge, because you're not supposed to throw anything away. I'm also filling up my inventory with all of this garbage, so to speak. Because there's 2 achievements that you need to get that I think are the easiest to do after you've earned the For the Hoarder, which you complete the game without selling anything. If you are able to complete that, once that achievement pops up, the next thing you need to do is sell a whole bunch of crap, which I'll show you in more detail once we get to the end here, because it is it's one of the easiest achievements to earn out of the entire game. Because other than a couple where you just fart on people, that's it. And I missed the part where I had to censor, but I was in there not long enough, so unless you paused and looked at it, good for you, but that's... eh. And overall, I would say this is not a life or death experience here if you miss a couple of things. But I don't recall exactly if there's... I think there's an achievement for taking a crap in all the toilets. I could be wrong. And then like you see here, I'm going above and beyond, where I'm breaking every single breakable. If it spits out an item, I'm taking it with me, except for that glass shard, because I didn't think it dropped. I doubt that matters, because I haven't gotten rid of anything, I haven't sold anything yet. So, now, I'm looking at the list here of achievements, and I don't believe... I'm making sure I look, just to make sure I get all of the... And of course, while I'm looking over this, I know for a fact that I am going to be, without a doubt, skipping one of these achievements on screen, because I really don't want to have to censor. And it's going to be a lot of effort. So I'm going to unfortunately if you look at the list of achievements, it's in the hidden, and you know exactly why I'm skipping it, because that is bad. That is just horrible. And I'm just making sure that... And there's a few achievements where you need to have them done before the end of the game, so it's not terrible, but I don't believe there's one for, leaving poop in every, or going to the bathroom in every toilet. I don't see it. I'm just reading these over, so pay me no mind if I'm just kinda, not exactly watching what's going on here, because I've already... There's only one other scene, I think, that I did that might need to be skipped. But if it does happen, then I'll make sure to cut it. Alright, so you don't have to poop in every toilet, but it's just... I do it so that way... It's more of the completionist in me that I do every single thing possible. And if it was an achievement, then okay, because I might not be reading it. Because I'm just looking at the list, and it is what it is, and I gotta clean myself. For whatever reason, this toilet gave me grief every single time I would try to do it. But every other toilet, you could poop 17 times a day and be fine. But there, it's just... I don't know. And you will see I'll have to do a couple of, like, double takes on episodes, because some of the clips need to be done... Or some of the stuff needs to be done all at once. Some of the stuff needs to be kind of split up and done. Now, most of this is just me going around exploring, because... I decided that I'm just gonna go around, loot that, break that, congratulations, there's that, fight these kids, oh yay, look at that. This was just a drawn-out battle where you learn about Butters and his healing effect, and blah blah blah. The key thing with these fights here, I'm just gonna back up to show you guys when all four of them were still, like, in the beginning of the fight here. Yep, hang on. There. Okay. These four guys here, take him out first. Because beginning game healers, as you guys know, healers in most games are very powerful. He's just annoying. Because when I first played through this, when I did the original Platinum run through here, before I realized I didn't get Clyde, he kept healing the archer I was going after. I left Butters to kind of deal with him, then I was going to use the bow to take him down. But I wanted this archer gone because he's being covered by the armor, so I figured, okay, I'm just going to bow him. I brought him to low health a few times, and this little shit just kept healing like half of his health back. And leaving it so it's like, he's just at a sliver away from dying, then he gets healed up again. So, word to the wise, taking the healer out there is the smartest play. So I'm just going to skip through this because it's a long... It wasn't a terribly long fight, but it was just aggravating. Now, of course, going out looting them. She is the girl here on the bench, right here. I believe you have to have like 30 friends to be friends with her, which is why you need to go around, and I did a lot of this stuff in the early game, is going around exploring, doing some of the side quest stuff in the beginning, just so that way you get the summon, you get summons, which the characters you get for summons, the summons are basically like a one-hit kill to everything except bosses. So if you're having a hard time, your back's against the wall, you can call on Jesus, you can call on a few other characters that you get later, and of course they all... I'm doing everything I can unlock right now before I go too far into the game. But overall, I would say it's not a terribly difficult feat to accomplish here. And right here, I kind of made the big misplay of going over to this area here where the homeless are, and I tried to fight them. I didn't save beforehand. I'm glad it made an autosave that was like right before the fight. And then I just cut the fight out. It was a long stalling fight between me having to use the bow to take down the homeless guy, because the battlefield was set up similar to how they're standing there. Like, the green shirt was behind the red homeless person, and then the bottom one was just there. Trying to take out the back one with the bow. I had all three of them stunned. You didn't miss a whole lot. And then also, I don't know if it counts towards the achievement or not, but you'll see after this, because right here, the Ubisoft Club, I don't know if... I can't imagine they counted those in for the achievements. I went and got them anyway, because just by playing the game and unlocking a few achievements, you go and get them anyhow. So, might as well, because they also say the abilities do an extra bit of damage. But I will have to go back to the treasure chest in my room at some point to pick those up. And again, this is all if you want to play this alongside and try to go for the platinum run with me, maybe fine tune it a bit to flush all of the imperfections out of it. That's fine. This is just me doing what I'm doing here as a, hey, look at what I can do, because if I can get the platinum run like this and make it look, it's not difficult, it's just tedious. And since I played through the game, I have a general knowledge of most of the skippable things. But overall, it's just a matter of, if you have a walkthrough of the game handy, that makes it perfect. If not, I'm trying to do this as like the next best thing. For those of you that saw the Platinums or whatever Xbox is, I'm not an Xbox kid, so I don't know what they have for theirs, if it's Platinum or if they just have something. Whatever their big trophy is that says you got all the trophies. That's what I'm trying to do with this. And I also kind of broke the game right here because I was standing under the ladder at the ladder, so don't do that. And this kid in the ladder is very forgettable, so... And there's also an achievement for going around opening up all the garages. So doing that is the smartest option you can do. And I had to go back and look at the quest and do all sorts of other stuff because I just could not, for the life of me, figure out what I was supposed to be doing. So, and... Okay, this door is locked because this is Craig's house here. I believe this is Craig's. So you go into his house. No, it's not Craig. It's Clyde. You go into Clyde's later. I don't know if that kid's important. Every single time I played this game, I smash his snowman. And he gets all little teary-eyed and blah, blah, blah. But, I know one of these houses coming up I needed to brush through because... Okay, and then there's a fight here. Blah, blah, blah. Look at little kids getting beat up. Yeah, so cool. Stall fight. Nobody died. Okay. And, okay, this is Craig's house. So, yeah. So, if you don't know Craig, he flips off people. Well, he used to do that more so, because he never really talked. All you would see is just the silent him. It's like, you go, hey, Craig. He'd give you the middle finger, and it's just like, okay, Craig. And, yeah, it was what it was. But opening up all the garages is pretty much the essential thing you need to do for this game. Just want to make sure that this isn't the house. No, I think I skipped over that one because I didn't... It's not that I don't so much trust these houses, it's that there's a few that are not meant for YouTube or any sort of streaming, so that's why. And I just wanted to make sure that I'm doing everything. Now, you can't go back there yet, you can't go into the school yet until you go back after getting Tweak and Token and talk to Cartman. That way around the lake is blocked off, but over here you can go in, you can walk around, do all this sort of stuff. I just prefer to do this because, A, it's getting the items you need, like the revive potions, and B, you get the friend requests earlier, you're getting everything pretty much earlier. And the earlier you get everything done, the more you can just focus on the battles and surviving that way. Because right here you see that I'm going around just grabbing all the loot. Now, there are a few items that you need to be using, which I will make note of later on once you do certain things. Yeah, shut up, bitch. But, and I also took the don't end a battle without a buddy, or with your buddy. Yeah, my tongue is not working with me here. You cannot end a battle with your buddy downed. I took that achievement to the next level by getting into every single fight that I could. Well, not every single fight. There are a few that I avoid, just for the sake of getting these up, because recording these episodes took, like, an hour. Not to mention the original series or the original playthrough I was doing, that took way longer. But, let's just skip through this one. Yeah. And then, I decided to end it here at the police station, because this was going on way too long, and there was just not enough of everything going on here. So this is the end of the first episode here. If you guys did enjoy, I know this was a lot of jump around post-production stuff, but if you guys did enjoy, please smash the like button down below. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing? It is what it is. It's all I can do for the moment, but I will be trying to get more live feedback or live commentary with this as we progress. It was just easier for doing this first episode to do post-commentary because, as some of you may have heard through DP Versus, my house is not exactly... It's not just me in this house. I got 2 dogs who I'm lucky if they behave. I'm lucky if one of them's asleep, and the other's always asleep pretty much, so I'm good with him. But my parents were here when I was trying to record initially. They were running around the house doing what parents do. You know, you want to have fun, rah, rah, rah. Oh, you wanted to record something peaceful? Let me make all sorts of noise. Let me turn on the microwave. Let me just like, oh wait, company's here. Let's do this. And it's like, I couldn't take it. So, and like I said, just this is one of the few I'm not planning on doing post commentary for this whole series. It's just this. So, and if you guys want to make sure you're up to date with this, we have changed temporarily. We've changed how our upload schedule is going because it wasn't really fair for the 2 of us to have our creative ideas put when it was just Aaron was only with me for DP versus, and then everything else during the week was me. So we are now alternating weeks. So, like you may have noticed, the Yu-Gi-Oh video that went up, probably going to be a couple weeks ago. No, for me, recording this now, it was last week. So you saw that last week. You should have seen that 2 weeks ago, Thursday. You're seeing this way after that. So, because I had a week where I posted a couple other videos for Astroneer, which hopefully you guys like that. And then this week is his week. Next week for me, which, Jesus, I'm breaking the fourth wall all over the place with this one, but for you guys are seeing this today, which will be a Tuesday. For me, this is next week Tuesday. So you guys are going to be seeing this, and the second episode hopefully will be going better than the first one here, but stay subscribed so you can stay up to date. If you don't want to watch all the South Park videos, that's fine. This is just here for the people that, if you want to play through the games and want to know the easiest routes to getting a Platinum achievement, I'm trying to make sure that I can get that done for you in the quickest, timeliest manner possible. I understand that this game is way old. It would have made more sense to do this game way back when. But A, didn't have it, and B, it was a cheap enough deal to get both games for the price of one, so I figured, okay, screw it. I'm going to get them both, and I'll do one right after the other. So, subscribe to stay up to date. This will be going... My videos, personally, where we'll be hearing my stupid voice, will be going up Tuesday, Thursdays, every other week. In the weeks you don't hear from me, you should be hearing from Aaron. I'm assuming right now, based on how he wants to be doing things, he's doing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, so if you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, subscribe, make sure you're paying attention for Tuesday, Thursdays when he's doing it. We're going to start 2018 off on a whole new foot. We'll make sure to get you... I'll make sure at the very least to get you guys notified as to how that whole change is going to go. But please make sure to subscribe, like the video. If you don't like it, dislike it. Throw your comments down below. What do you think about it? Do you like the series? Do you hate the series? Do you like the idea? Do you have tips from me on how I should be doing things? Do you think I could be doing like things a little bit differently here as opposed to what I've been doing? And last but not least, if you want to share the video with a friend, that's fine. I imagine with this platinum run through, you're going to be seeing this. I hope you see this a lot more, knock on wood, but I would like to see this out there because it's a good thing to see for someone to take a game, even though it's a South Park game. It's a joke. I mean, it's a joke because it's South Park. They know what they're doing. They wrote this like an actual episode, so it feels normal to be doing this type of stuff in South Park. But just this premise in general of someone taking a game that, yeah, the achievements aren't terribly hard to get, but if you can be shown in like 1 or 2 playthroughs how to actually do it. And of course, I'm not going to show you guys an entire second playthrough to get these achievements. I'm going to be knocking out... You can knock out a good portion of them in one real... I'd imagine you could probably do this all maybe 2 playthroughs if you're not hunting for all the collectibles. But overall, I would say, because a good portion of these are story progression, which most games will do that. But I mean, there's a few that, as we go down the line, I'll explain a little further, but I mentioned the finding Jesus as a Jew gets you an achievement, opening all the garages gets you an achievement, completing the game without selling any items is an achievement. I'm looking down the line here to see which ones there are that we actually, right now, could do. Let me see here. I mean, collecting all the costumes, that's easy enough. Befriending all people, that's good. Unlocking all your character's abilities, that's fine. Having every weapon. And the ones that... There's one that's a split trophy where you have to pick one way or the other. I'm going to have to save before that and let you guys see the first fight, then the second fight, and go from there. I'm gonna need $175 in this game, in-game currency, not real life. As much as I love 175 bucks, but we're gonna need to get that achievement out of the way. But I'll be dealing with that once we get a little bit further. Obviously, the easiest one is just clicking yes twice in the beginning of the game, and you're good to go. But with that, I'm gonna get up out of here. You guys will be seeing the next episode in a couple of days, but for me, it is what it is. But I'll make sure to keep you guys up to date on everything that goes on. By the end of the year, you'll see another update video for this channel with regards to upload schedules, because right now we're not doing weekends, but 2018 is going to change. So, with that, I'm going to get up out of here. I know this was, as usual, a long-winded outro, but I want to cover my bases, make sure you guys are good to go, and I'm just going to shut my mouth and let you guys have a good day. So, enjoy, people. See you in the next episode.